nobody does it quite like me. Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What's up, what's up? No, I did not just randomly forget what day it is. Just thought I'd throw in an extra stream since I was a little MIA at the beginning of the month. But what's going on, Cindy? What's up, Art Nerd? How are you guys doing? What's up, Tomboy? Got my coffee here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today, but we'll figure it out. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see. I'm just gonna dive right into it. So I've got this little house loop that I created here. Really basic. to see if I can throw in one other chord there. I like that vibe. Damn it, what was that chord I just played? Hold on. That sounds cool. Hello, saw your album getting shared on Proto's channel yesterday. Word. Well, welcome to this stream. Yes, I should mention again that Forza 7 track, as the stream title suggests, the pre-order window is live for the next like 5 days for the twofold vinyls. So the reason that I'm probably just gonna keep mentioning it on streams because I didn't like the feeling of disappointing fans and getting like, messages and emails about like, hey, you know, why didn't you have more vinyls available, or like, you know, I wish I'd known about this. I would have copped one. So I'm just gonna keep being annoying about it and spam it in my streams until the pre-order window is closed. Then I'll shut up about it. Because I don't like getting messages like that. But this chord progression is nice. Okay, why don't we double the length of this loop here and get this chord progression down. Turn it 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, now, I want like a really low passed something like this, but like kind of just try to turn down the release maybe. Okay, and let's switch up the dummies to come from the drum rack here. So that's from 9. Where's that? Oh, there's no, damn it. I didn't put a dummy in this one. Why did I do this to myself? No. Okay, I'm just gonna go like this for now then. I'll just have this entire thing act like a... So we'll go like this. Dummy prefect. Okay, got a nice little groove. I think we might want to copy this MIDI, try it out with I don't know, some kind of different patch. I'm not sure what yet, but for now, let's send this bass to a low latency sidechain and hit record. Okay, something like that. It's probably too active, but whatever. I'm also gonna like get rid of all of the velocity for these. Huh, I'm trying to figure out where that crackling is coming from, or am I tripping? Are you guys hearing any crackling? Weird. Just gonna throw a clipper on here real quick. It is, dude, I cannot believe that I didn't know clippers are zero latency. That actually blows my mind because it's such a helpful part of my streaming workflow now, because I used to always hate having a limiter on my master when I'm starting to sketch because of the latency, and but I didn't want a red line, you know. I didn't want to have these like annoying distorted sounds ruining a stream, like scaring somebody. But all right, let's get to work on some patches here. Definitely vibing with it more when I'm hearing some spicy chords in there. So let's try to add a little bit of envelope action. Let's make it slow. Okay. Let's get the width down. And let's get some kind of noise layer going here. I have enjoyed cicadas. Let's PD the noise. I think the voicings are really important here. You know, one way to think about it is that, like, because technically, so if we're starting in F minor, definitely feels like the tonal center. Going to this kind of like B major over D major, or I guess like B major 7 over D flat. It's very much out of key. Well, not completely though. Like if we're just in standard F Aeolian, it would sound more like that. But we're doing this. So I feel like the way the voices move is really important when doing something kind of like weird and out of key. So if the voice leading stays the same, it helps like minimize the movement between the voices. So the C goes down to B, G goes down to G flat. It kind of makes it more pleasing to listen to, I feel like. But yeah, that's pretty basic stuff there in terms of just like, I don't know, in jazz harmonies, I feel like that's something you learn pretty early on. So let's try to get this to, I'm going to change the shape of this a tiny bit. Let's open this up more. Let's get a little bit of release going. Okay, I mean, we can get another layer. Okay, let's try it a little bit more like a pluck instead of like that lazy attack. Let's see how this feels. Record that. Then I think we're gonna want to reset the rhythm here at the very end. Let's just do 2 beats there. Okay. Just to get the pattern to restart on the downbeat there. Kind of like imagining like Disclosure meets Pink Panthers in my head a little bit. I'm trying to think about like what notes, like what pentatonic notes feel. It's weird because it feels like it's an F minor, but I almost feel like it makes more sense to play like E flat minor pentatonic stuff. That goes hard. Kind of like repeating those last 2 chords for like a build. Let's try just throwing that in here. Let's record it. So let's make a rough sketch here. Or not really a sketch, more like a rough arrangement rather. So let's go like this. Get rid of the kick drum for this section. And no none of this noise, like white noise stuff happening here. And we'll go like this. Okay. I also think we can just throw a quick little string hit on this downbeat over here. Just a generic disco. Where am I going? Sunday on a Saturday or Saturday on a Sunday? Who knows? Let's see, disco hit. Yeah, let's grab this and let's see, that's a D. We want to go up 3 half steps. Complex Pro. Actually, let's do... Man, yeah, I like that one better. Okay. Let's get rid of this. I know that laser was loud as hell. Sorry about that. Add a little bit of reverb. Okay, let's get some, we're gonna throw a bunch of snares into a drum rack. That's a nice snare. Probably not exactly what we're looking for, but hold on. Let me grab a drum rack real quick. We're gonna throw that here. Snare. Sure. 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 Okay, let's see which one of these feels the best. After we filter it a bit, we'll go like this. Boom, bap. That was a pretty bad attempt at that, but I got thrown off by the fact that these aren't quantized. Let's just quantize this. Okay. Let's try this one more time. I think it was something like that. I felt pretty good. I think the roll should probably stop around there. So let's just quantize this real quick. So then we'll switch up the pattern on the snare a little bit here. Some nonsense like this. Oh, wait. What the hell's going on here? There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna replace some of these downbeats with some patches. We'll just grab this for a quick start. Okay. Cool. What else are we thinking? This feels like a good, quick little sketch start. Wonder what a Reese might sound like in some of these areas. Let's try this out. Be cool, like leading into certain moments where there's a lot of tension. Or maybe, what's the glide on this thing? MIDI, let's do 12. Semitone. We got a new follower. Yo, thank you for the follow, Swamp Cat. What was the song that inspired you to start producing? That's an interesting question. I don't know if there's there's really specific songs that I can remember easily. There's like a wide range that from different periods and early years that I can remember. For example, like I remember hearing Faxing Berlin inside of FL Studio as one of the example project files. I was like, oh my god, this sounds incredible. But obviously, something had inspired me to get FL Studio in the first place. But I think that there were artists, well, definitely Deadmau5, Noisia, and Skrillex. I'm trying to think though, because before I knew of them, I was listening to some obscure. Music discoverability was so different when I was a teenager. Like the algorithms that would feed you recommendations and the platforms themselves were like so different. Like this is, pre Spotify, pre SoundCloud. I mean, I remember using iTunes. Well, even before iTunes, I would like torrent stuff on. Well, when I was living in Europe as a kid, I think it was Kazaa, and then obviously some of you probably know LimeWire, stuff like that. I remember torrenting some music, but I was still doing like pop and death metal, and those didn't inspire me to produce really. They just inspired me on a musical level. Like I remember listening to JT's album. That was one of the first albums I ever owned, and then I really liked. There's a metal band called Arch Nemesis, and I had an album of theirs 15 years ago. Loved that as well. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know, the interest in producing didn't come until I heard electronic music. So I'm trying to remember what electronic music was the first stuff I had ever heard. It's honestly pretty difficult. I know Break. I think he's a British artist. I know Break's album Symmetry was a huge inspiration for me. Kind of like that entire album is mostly like jungle, early Noisia, The Tide. Later on, like Split the Album. Split the Atom. That album was awesome. But yeah, I don't know. Those are some of the first things I could think of. First time I watched Adult Swim, I heard, yes, Flying Lotus. Oh my gosh. Thank you for mentioning Flying Lotus. He was a huge inspiration too. You're right. I mean, like, I was big into hip hop during my high school years as well. My friends were introducing me to new stuff all the time. People Under the Stairs, Mobb Deep, and all sorts of stuff. And Flying Lotus definitely was a huge inspiration early. Massage Situation, which for years I'm pretty sure I thought it was Message Situation, but it was actually just Massage Situation. Actually, hold on. I get them mixed up sometimes, but I'm pretty sure is it Massage? Now I'm second guessing myself. That was probably his biggest tune at the time. It is Massage Situation. All right, yeah, it is. I got it right. But yeah, I think my favorite album of his is Until the Quiet Comes. That entire album is so cool. Such a cool album. You know what? Why don't we leave it on this MIDI note here? And we will just pitch bend it up to that. Let's try something like this. Dude, this bug in Ableton drives me crazy. No. I do like that melody. Not sure which octave. Kind of like that lower octave there. That's a cool melody too. Hold on. Okay, that's a pretty sloppy jamming there, but I don't mind actually just using the saw wave to sketch some melodic ideas. Let's get a little bit of a vibrato going here though. And even though I like this idea, I'm going to move these chords over here. fun. Let's record some version of that, I guess, for the time being, so we don't forget. Dun, dun. Oh, baby. It's kind of a goofy track at the moment. Let's see, sketch journal 2026. Just save this real quick before I forget about it. 05/23, 2026. I don't know, what do we call this? Oh my god, there's a bug on my keyboard. What the hell is that? Is that a tick? No way. How did a tick get in here? Dude, is that a tick? I am appalled. Fuck. One sec, I gotta remove this thing. Maybe it's it looks like the right size for a tick. It's very tiny and black. I don't know, it looks like more like a baby version of a different kind of bug. But no. It fell into my keyboard. It is inside of my keyboard. Damn it. Well, I don't think it can survive in there. If it comes back out, I'm gonna get rid of it. All right. Jazzy. What was I gonna call Jazzy house thing? I hate ticks. In parentheses. Yo, Jack-o'-lantern, thank you for the or wait. I'm breaking. I thought for some reason I thought you were the raider, but what's up? Thank you for the raid, Breaking. I appreciate it. We're sketching some weird jazzy house stuff at the moment. Oh! Wait, the bug came back. I'm gonna kill it. dude. I got it. I got it. Okay, I can produce in peace now. That was a very important moment there. Okay. Anyways, how was the rest of your stream breaking? The frame of mind breaking? Hell yeah. Fucked up that mix a bit, transitioned to game dev. Oh, word. I hear you. Yo, have you experimented with this plugin at all? There's a developer who releases stuff under the company name CRQL, I believe, or the brand name CRQL. And then this is like a spectral, like phaser filter type thing. It's pretty fun. Why don't we try to let's see, max for live LFO. Let's get the LFO on the speed parameter potentially, see how that works. Or not the speed, sorry, the width. Follow up. Yo, what's up, 11? Thank you for the follow. That sounds terrible. Hold on. Maybe we can do like a... down. Maybe I could start with maybe like something more monophonic. kind of like it with the piano. One, two, three, four. Guys, I'm so hyped right now. I killed that bug. It's gone. Cool. Let's keep this energy going and kind of subdue things a little bit from here. Could be fun to have a little piano jam section here. Anyway, I wish I could stick around to see what Haywyre stream is like, but it's 4 a.m. Yeah, I feel like that part of my life is not very present at the moment. I think I went to bed at like 10 p.m. last night, maybe even earlier than that. Been waking up quite early. Yeah, listen to that. Have you guys seen those? Every now and then I'll be scrolling on social media, wasting my life away, and I see one of those videos where it'll be like somebody at a piano, and then the caption will say something like, when I'm impressing all the jazz heads, even though I don't know piano, and then they'll just be like, it's funny because I think to some people that is probably what jazz sounds like. But to anyone that knows jazz, it is 100% obvious if you know how to play or not. It's just, it did crack me up though. Wait, maybe this is like Weather Channel music. today on Channel 5. That could be another separate sketch for the day. Let's insert some measures and just mess around with that for a little bit so we don't forget. I feel like we could get some vocals on that and it would sound pretty cool. What is this nonsense? All right, I'll save this real quick as a separate. Well, hold on. I'll save this and then I'll create another project file real quick here. Weather channel. And I'll just delete all of this stuff. Save that as weather channel. I wish I learned piano at a young age. Hey, it's never too late to start. But I understand what you're saying. You know, my dad has played piano the vast majority of his life. And unfortunately for him, you know, as you age, obviously once you get to those... 60s, 70s, and 80s, you're more and more likely to be struggling with, a 90s, like arthritis or other issues. My dad has these, thankfully it's not genetic, but I could end up struggling with this when I'm older as well. There are these, kind of like benign growths in his, hands that kind of start limiting his range of motion, and it's impacted his ability to play. But I mean, he's an incredible pianist. He'll never admit it, but he definitely is. All right. Okay, what the hell were we doing before this? It's never too late to start. That's what I'm saying. And what is there to lose, realistically, right? I mean, if you love the idea of learning a new skill, whether that's piano or, I don't know, cooking or whatever, I feel like that's always worth asking. Is like, well, is that much of your time spoken for that, let's say, like, 4 or 5 hours a week will be an issue?
When collab with you, Dad, we want to listen to it.
That would be awesome. I've thought about how hilariously cool it would be to bring him out on stage sometime, have him play with me. That's kind of a life goal of mine, to make that happen at a Haywyre show. Okay. Maybe we could capture that real quick just for fun. Okay. I thought I was hearing some kind of vocal thing, but I don't remember. Check, 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 check. Hold on, let me that latency is crazy. Wow. Low latency, okay. That's a bit more manageable. Low latency. Low latency. Low. this would be a fun way to start the song. Are we going back to the normal vocals here? Maybe we could try to do some intro work here. All of us need to hit the skating rink on this one. Hell yeah. Yeah, the mix is quite plain at the moment, but I could picture it being a fun tune with the right sound design and mix and, you know, like 2,000 hours of polishing at minimum. So let's just copy this over here. Okay, that's super sloppy. Let's re-record this. I wonder, like, what would be the most interesting way to foreshadow the actual, you know, harmony for that chord, because it's... We could start like that, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of doing the D flat right away. Still kind of sloppy, but your singing voice reminds me of George Michael. A word. Take that as a huge compliment. Like, my voice is pretty ass, but I think I'm gonna start taking vocal lessons starting next month to try to see if that helps me at all. I did like the washed out little like B flat B notes. I think those sounded kind of cool. So let's try to add that in there. We just have a literal saw wave as the lead at the moment. We could probably do something more interesting than that. But let's keep it as just like a little reference because I feel like when you're trying to sound design a lead or anything really, sometimes you get kind of lost in the sauce, and it's helpful to start from ground zero again. So what are we gonna do? Let's Yeah, that little swell sounds okay, actually. Let's see. How do we do this? I think that, what if we had like an LFO or an envelope rather, triggering it so that like that transient is like more mono. Like that. And then let's add another one to create like a little bit more of a subtle little pitch thing. Oh, dude, I was like, what the hell is going on? It's just on the bus. I need to start using buses when I'm sound designing just to understand how that could be useful at times. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. It's also interesting to hear it without the this lead melody. Also, thank you, Lude, for the compliments. I appreciate it. You know what? Let's do it that way, actually. I feel like you hear those chords and you're like, what the hell is the, like, what is the bass line going to give us? I really like chord progressions like that where, well, maybe it's more of an arrangement than just a composition thing, but I like it when you hear a chord pattern and you're not 100% sure what the bass line is going to be playing. You know, I feel like if you hear chords like this, I feel like you can tell that first bass note is going to be an F, most likely. But that second chord is a little bit more of a question mark. Or maybe I'm wrong, actually. It sounds pretty obvious to me. But yeah, never mind. Okay, maybe we press pause on this jazzy house music and we go over to the Weather Channel vibes. Maybe I have some like TV Weather Channel recordings that I can throw in here. Let's see. Why did that riser sound kind of cool there? Is my mic on? It's muted. Okay. Just double checking. Thank you for the follow, Zframe. All right, let's see if there's anything in here that I can play around with. I feel like there is this little vocal loop around here somewhere that I thought was kind of cool as well. Why don't we start it with that? So I think the pattern would start here. Okay. I want to change this that's like so aggressive to start the song like that with the Weather Channel intro, but maybe we could do something different. I like those chords. Let's record that. got a nice vibe. Cool. That was a fun little jam, actually. I really enjoyed that. I feel like this feels a little bit different than the kind of 4 to the floor I've done in the past. Maybe that's some of what's drawing me to it. It's got a little bit of a Burning Man, like Bob Moses kind of feel to it. What are some other, like Rufus? I do like those artists a lot. I haven't written something, or released something, I feel like quite like in this vibe before, but it could be fun. Could be fun. Or maybe I have. I don't think so. I'm trying to think about my discography. But anyways, not super important. Let's just do a quick little arrangement here of this idea, and then I might call it for the day. Today was kind of a bonus anyways, but I'm really glad I tuned in. This is like one of the crazy things about sessions, you know, because any of you artists out there know what it's like. Some days you're not feeling it, and you get into the studio, and, you know, truly nothing's working. But hey, at least you showed up, right? And sometimes when you're not in the mood, you show up in the studio and you're like, oh, actually, I feel like I'm onto something here. And it's just so unpredictable. That's part of the fun. But you got to meet yourself where you're at, see where your head's at, and just try to let your intuition chart your course a bit. Anyways, I think for today, this might be it for me. I'm going to render this idea out so I can check it out in the future. But thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words and such. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. CDT. You're the best. Thank you, Boosh. I love you guys too. Aw. How cute. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I might even do an extra one on Monday. We'll see. Maybe. But enjoy the rest of your day, y'all. Peace out.
share.